Good morning. So, it's a happy Monday today, and I found a new place to record. A friend of mine told me about this other park in Hernando I didn't even know existed, and I'm going to be taking more pictures of it. I think it's called Lee Summit Park, and I'll be posting pictures of this place. So, I found that this would be the coolest spot to record, as so the little pond is behind me, but I'm doing it with my tripod is sort of like a selfie stick, but like it's going straight up like an umbrella. I'm holding this as though I'm holding an umbrella. So that's sorry if the moving around and stuff, but I already did a quick lap, took a walk around here, and it was pretty fun. There's a bigger loop that I haven't ventured out to yet. I wanted to get this video in, and then I'm going to make another lap around and take some pictures. So let's get to it. Gratitude. This morning, my journal came in very handy. Why? Because I can fall out of routine when it's school break. As I mentioned in my last video, this week in at least DeSoto County, where I live, the students get the full week off for Thanksgiving. And that's usually a recipe for me to completely fall out of rhythm and just sleep later than I need to, and then just get lethargic and lose motivation. Sometimes it's amazing that if I don't have to get up and take her to school, her being my daughter, then everything changes. So that brings me to my victory. Even though I got a later start today, I hit the journal and realized I need to put my routine in written form, at least the morning routine, and still carry it out, even though I might be starting later. Tomorrow I'm going to attempt getting up at the same time, which is 6 a.m. So that was a victory, just being here, doing this, getting off my butt. A later start, but I can't fall into the lazy trap, as I often do during school breaks. So then that is my goal, is to continue that through this week and continue my routine and do these morning videos at least Monday through Friday. It was a good break yesterday to not do any video. It was being Sunday. It was a busy day, running around with Skylar and doing some of the different things, and also watching football. So I like football. So I do give myself, I cut some slack on myself, and it's okay to sit around watching football. So today I want to talk about social media. And I did something that felt amazing, and I don't mean to offend anyone either, but it started with my business Instagram page, and realized I needed to follow people that were more in my industry, people that I could actually engage with. What I mean by that is more podcast producers that do what I do, that I can learn from and engage with. So I unfollowed a lot of good people, and again, this is not coming from a place of negativity. I just unfollowed other businesses that had nothing to do with podcasting, just some odd stuff that was in there, and really fine-tuned my news feed. So when I go in there, I'm going in there with a purpose to engage with the people in my industry. And it felt good. It felt clean. So I decided, well, let's do more of that everywhere. So I did it to my LinkedIn, and I did it. And then I brought it into my personal world. First started with my Instagram page, Derek Mishu 1, where now I'm incorporating this channel and videos, promoting in there more. I'm going to do more personalized stuff in there. I'm going to make it more personal and still share some business stuff in there too, because that's what my life is as well. So business, Instagram page, SRP Podcasting, straight business. Derek Mishu 1, my life, which includes business, this journaling, try to take more pictures, do more stories, whatnot. Well, I did the same thing in that personal Instagram page. I again, no hard feelings, but I unfollowed a good chunk of accounts and profiles because I want that news feed to be more about this. Like, I want to engage with people that want to talk about depression and anxiety and just mental health in general. So that's what that news feed is going to be. And also, I want to keep it if I'm going to keep it outside of that mental health realm, it's going to be Hernando based. I want to start engaging with the local businesses. So I guess that's part of business as well. And then I finally went to my Facebook page, my personal page, the one that I've had the longest. And that's the one I really want to talk about, because over the years, I mean, that Facebook page for 10 years is the first social platform I ever built. I'm probably the same for a lot of people. MySpace was the first one, but that one disappeared on us, didn't it? But with Facebook for me, at least when I finally sat down and decided to do this, I realized like 90% of my Facebook profile was looking in the past, looking backwards. And sometimes that can affect your mental health. Again, no hard feelings. This isn't about unfollowing politics or anything like that. It is unfollowing and just moving on and keeping things more present. I want to engage more in Hernando and so on and so forth. So I didn't block. Let me say that too with Instagram. I blocked nobody. So about that. And on Facebook, you can still be connected. You can still be friends, but not necessarily follow that person. So I didn't unfriend anybody. Anyone that's a friend on my page can still engage me. You can message me. That's all good. But I limited what I follow. I limited what goes through my news feed. And that right there is when I really felt good and realized this is something that I want to talk about because it ties in with mental health. Because social media is all consuming, and I fall victim to the droning, scrolling through, and sometimes, you see something that's political that irks you. You see an old friend that you don't engage with, you haven't talked to in years, you don't even barely like their stuff, not because you don't like what they're posting, but it's just a person that flies through your news feed that may give you memories of a certain period of your life that makes you uncomfortable. Not necessarily that person, but there's a trigger when you see that person that brings you to a certain moment of your life that can trigger some anxiety and some bad feelings. So you can cope with that, as we all try to do here. But you can also take control of what it is you're looking at. It's okay to set a boundary and not have to look at whatever it is on social media that's just putting you in that place. It's okay. You have that control. It's just a click of a button. Unfollow. And again, I can't stress enough, I don't mean this in a way of being disrespectful at all. But sometimes creating boundaries can feel disrespectful to others, and then that is on them. So I suggest, if you find yourself scrolling through your Facebook news feed and it just puts you in a bummer mood because you see something, here's the real one, here's the real trigger, is when you see people look so happy and it bothers you because you're not happy. And what am I doing wrong? Why can't I be happy like that? That comes into the imposter syndrome stuff I keep talking about. Brings self-doubt. When I see all kinds of musicians on Facebook working, back when I was still trying to be a working musician and struggling with that, why am I not working as much as them? Why do they get to do all the cool stuff? And that's all baloney. That's all crap. So now we go back to trying to cope with your self-doubt and cope with your imposter syndrome. That's always there, valid. But with social media, you also have total control of boundaries. Unfollow. And here's the other thing. When you see that happy, smiling person or family, I'm sure they're happy in that moment, but they're just like the rest of us. We're all human. They have bad moments, crappy marriages, heathens for kids. But when they take pictures, yay, everyone's smiling. So if you don't want to follow people, at least understand that you don't need to compare yourself to anyone on social media. But for me, for the first time ever, I very much limited who I follow on Facebook to closest friends, some family, and some people that I just do enjoy following. And then I'm going to start building up more local establishments to engage with, again, for business reasons. So I guess that's my message for today is social media can be harmful. It started with, I would say a positive purpose. In theory, it's amazing how, you can connect with anyone now. And it is really cool because of that. But goodness, it can get out of hand. And I suggest thinking about who you follow. If you're following an ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, or whatever that you had a strong relationship with and that ended poorly 20 years ago, and you're still following that person, and every time you see that person, it gives you a little pang of shame, guilt, anger, anxiety, depression, whatever it may be, I would say stop following that person, okay? And it's amazing how better you feel when you don't have to see anything like that. And at first, it's like, oh my God, I'm letting go. How am I going to keep up with these people? But then when you do it, it's like, oh yeah, there was a time before internet. And here's the other thing, and I'm going to end it on this. I still find myself by total habit popping up my phone when I get bored and going to all my social media platforms and mindlessly thumbing and scrolling through news feeds. But I don't have as much to look at. So I just scroll and I'm like, oh, okay. There's nothing to look through. So I've made social media a little more business oriented. Even if it's personal, it's like when I go to social media now, it's for a purpose because I want to engage with some people. And I don't scroll mindlessly as much anymore, which is super healthy too. So there you go. Hopefully you'll understand where I'm coming from here. And I'm going to take another lap through this park, take some pictures, and then get on with my day. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. The button's not working. See you later.